A lot of stories have been really surrounding or going around social media that Erik Ten Hag is going to hit to really lose the dressing room. And very many people, especially journalists, Sky Sports and Disco Mirror and very many others have gone ahead to obviously vocalize it all over there as it is a big deal. And all we're waiting for was for Erik Ten Hag to come in through and obviously talk about this. So I was going ahead obviously talking about this, and we're here to obviously discuss that and very many others. Journalists have gone ahead to be banned from this press conference that Erik Ten Hag has gone ahead to address like an hour back. It shows you that it was really serious and the club was really pissed. I'm going to let you know what the club has gone ahead to talk about that, and Erik Ten Hag has also gone ahead to react to that. And this is the United Matters channel. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. Rokan David is my name, and let's go eyes in here onto the United Matters channel. Now, Erik Ten Hag was asked on if players are behind him. He said, oh yes, I'm sure. You can see, for instance, the comeback against Brentford, the Burnley game, the Fulham game. Every time the team is there, showed great character, great determination, resiliency. So we are together. You can see you can't play such great football as we did recently without unity. And I also came out and really gave the same answer, that if these players were not behind Erik Ten Hag, they wouldn't have gone ahead to win the game of Brentford, because a lot of pressure would have been on the manager after the international break. So I totally disagree with everyone who says that the players of Man United are not behind Erik Ten Hag. I tell you, the players are behind Erik Ten Hag, and I think I'm talking this for the 10th time, that every time United loses a game, do you know what happens? Such stories really surface. It's like a journalist has already gone ahead to write his story, and after writing his story, he's waiting for United to lose and then put up that story in the media. And that is really one of those things that you will obviously understand that will happen day in, day out. And as a club of Man United, I think they know what they are doing. They trust Erik Ten Hag with the job, and they want him to come in through and obviously do the needful for the club of Manchester United. But don't take those are lies. And now there is even another lie that has been really trading all over social media, that Erik Ten Hag does not give audience to the players, and he's really scarce. They only see him during the training sessions and they cannot really talk to him. I was asking myself, this is really unacceptable. And Ten Hag has gone ahead and said that I listen always to my players. I give them opportunities to tell me if they have a different opinion. I'll listen, but they haven't told me. Maybe one or two, but it's about in general. The majority, they want to play like this: proactive, dynamic, and brave. So he talks to the players and he listens to them, and they share ideas, because there are players like Rafael Varane, Casemiro, and very many others who are really having huge experience, that they have to come out and obviously do this. And by so doing, they really put themselves onto the line, and they talk to the manager. The manager comes in through and obviously gives them the best that they want. But it's going to hint about that maybe one or two, and we don't know who those one or two, but it's all rumored that there is one or two players that the players of Man United have gone ahead to really know that they are leaking some stuff to the media. That is it. And some stuff that is being linked to the media are lies. That is it, because they are telling the media what they don't really want at Man United. But if at all out of the entire squad only two players are really unhappy with Erik Ten Hag, then it's high time they left. And it looks like Erik Ten Hag knows them. He has gone ahead to fall out with them. And trust me, one of those might be Jadon Sancho, because Jadon Sancho will be knowing exactly what happens at the club of Man United, and he'll obviously try to formulate stories, and his agent to say to it that they really put them into the media. And let me tell you this. The agent of Sancho doesn't want him to leave Man United. Their plan is to see to it that Erik ten Hag gets sacked, such that when a new manager comes in through before the January transfer window, maybe he can give Sancho a new lifeline. Trust me, that's their plan. But no way a player who's going to hate to obviously undermine a manager in public can really get back to this team. And that's why I want Erik ten Hag to be here. I want Jadon Sancho to leave the club of Manchester United, such that a precedent will be set for anyone who thinks that he will walk away with anything that concerns undermining the manager of Manchester United. So Erik ten Hag is going to hate to obviously break silence onto that, and has obviously given us an answer. Then he has also added and said that sorry about that. Of course, there are always in every team players who are not playing or less playing, who are less happy. That is not different to normal. In some circumstances, you need that. They have to wait for their chance, and that can come. But no, there are no issues. So Ten Hag is telling us that there are no issues. Everything that we are being told is a farce, And if there was a plan to sack Erik ten Hag, trust me, after Man City, all after losing to Galatasaray, then there would have been a chance for United to obviously lose another game against Brentford at Old Trafford. And that would have gone ahead to really bring in a lot of dust to be raised that Erik ten Hag should leave the club of Man United. But for me, I see no issues, by the way. And the problem is, these journalists just want to say to it that they really get clicks. But people are really talking about the sacking of Erik ten Hag. But do you know that even Sir Jim Ratcliffe has not gone ahead to take over? Then who is going to sack Erik ten Hag? Richard Arnold has already retired as the CEO of Man United. And United doesn't have a new CEO, has not gone ahead to really bring in a new CEO. So, with everything really happening at the club of Man United, don't think of sacking Erik ten Hag. And that is really a far-fetch. Like it or not, he's going to be here. Because Sir Jim Ratcliffe will come in through. He'll tell him that we're having 6 months left. What can we do to better this team such that we don't miss out on Champions League football? Erik ten Hag will tell him exactly what he wants. And trust me, Sir Jim Ratcliffe will give Erik ten Hag a chance. What chance? The chance is going to be backing him and getting him the players that he wants in the January transfer window and addressing the project of Man United to the new sporting director that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to bring in through. And there is no way you sack a manager like Erik ten Hag without working with him, because you don't know whether he's up to the standards or not. Because you've not gone ahead to work with him. But the moment you go ahead and will work with him, then you'll get to know how good this manager is. So that is it concerning that. And Erik ten Hag was asked onto the ban of journalists. And this ban of journalists, Erik ten Hag had the following to say. Remember, Samuel Lucas and Sky Covey have been really banned from this. And the reason has been given. Ten Hag has said they should have come to us first and not go behind our back printing articles that are not the right way. We have a good relationship. They come to us beforehand. We have a debate about it. So the club of Man United have gone ahead to do something right, because they need to set a precedent that if you're a correspondent for Man United and you're close to this club and you always come here and you mess out with the brand of Man United by not inquiring the board first before you put out articles like Sky Covey put out yesterday, then the club won't really give you a chance, to attend the press conference. And it's a precedent that has been set by the club of Manchester United, and I think they are right. Even the club has gone ahead to obviously put in a statement, and it read, "We are taking action against a number of news organizations today, not for publishing stories we don't like, but for doing so without contacting us first to give us the opportunity to comment, challenge, or contextualize We believe this is an important principle to defend, and we hope it can lead to the reset in the way we work together. So, in journalism, what is valid is that before you publish a story, you have to first contact that person you are obviously talking about, or the person is being talked about, to throw in his idea such that you also embed it into your story. But the club of Man United was not contacted by these people because they just wanted to obviously let out this news. That is it. And I'm so happy about this. It shows that the club is really on song with Erik Ten Hag. They are ready to defend the manager in any way. And they know exactly what Ten Hag is going to hate, obviously, tell them the improvements, and they know how good this manager can be if at all lots of things are already put in place. So guys, your thoughts on to United players behind Erik Ten Hag are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about the club banning journalists that went ahead to obviously publish stupid false stories about it in the media last night? Rokan David remains my name. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. And I sign out for now. See you later, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum.